Hey Patch, Derek here. I was wondering when you decided that you couldn't work in a traditional hospital.
I wonder if even before I went to undergraduate school, I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to help people. Okay, I didn't want to help people by building their houses. I didn't want to help people by being in their wars. I wanted to help people in what I really thought the help meant, and that was to be a doctor. And the truth is, okay, I had my own illness, so I was twice in a hospital, once for, quote, ulcers, or several times for ulcers, and several times for mental difficulties. And I'll tell you the truth, I didn't really think the doctors were of much use to me. The nurses were much more useful, and the doctors were formal and so, yeah, by the time I entered medical school, I knew I would never do it their way. What was so obvious is that it was hierarchical, with men at the top, not doctors at the top, men at the top. It was even the male doctors were critical of female doctors for something they're missing. And they were expensive. And however, my own interaction with being in hospitals and the costs, but if you work in a hospital, very quickly you hear of the difficulty in paying for things from poor people or middle class people. And so, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure that the hospital I'm trying to build has any reference like the hospital I was trained in. I mean, there'll be hospital beds and patients, but I think there'll be very few things that I really feel I grasped from my medical training that were useful to the practice of medicine. I was trained to be a doctor in 7.8 minutes. I think you've heard me say I like 3 or 4 hours for my first visit with an adult because we're complicated. And my kind of medicine is complicated. So, the truth is that since I became an activist as a late teen, by the time I was in medical school, I knew I was going to do it my way, and that the way would be a radical way, and that it would be free, and that it would be fun, and that the hospital I would build, everyone would make the same salary, the cleaning person and the surgeon. So, in a funny way, we could say that the modern hospital taught me how not to be, and it gave me a stimulus to make the beautiful hospital we are trying to be. And I want you, if you're a health professional, to know that one option is to be exactly the health professional you decide to be. Yay! Okie dokie.
I love that. And I wanted you, we don't have to, but I wanted you to talk about the precise moment where you just quit being the traditional doctor and went into...
Okay. I never was a traditional doctor. There was, I'm going to say, nothing attractive about the traditional doctor, from the boring clothes they wore, looking like they worked in a mortuary. And, to tell you the truth, I discourage people from calling me doctor. Anything that makes barriers between intimacy with people is not good for the medicine I do. So, adding clowning was maybe the most significant thing I did to be a real doctor. Yay!